Hello everyone and welcome to another baconbits video. Today this is our part 2 of our 3-part series involving the administration tab. In our last video we went over control and endpoints. Today we're going to go over the access and configuration tabs. We go here to our access tab. This opens up and shows us our users tab. This is where all of your users are that are in your bacon instance. Here you can create users by using the create user button, and if you select users you get the other suite of options. You can enable it if it is disabled, disable it if it's enabled. You can use this button to reset the two-factor authentication. This is for if your user for some reason does not have access, you can reset their secret here so they can reset that up. And of course you can export the entire table here to an Excel. If we move on to the roles, this is where you can monitor and create roles for your users. These are just some test roles we have. You can view and edit them here. This just shows the various options you have. If we go here, we can create a new role. You can name it whatever you want. We'll name it test role. If you click the group manager button here, this will actually select all of it so that you can appoint your users as a group manager. And you can also individually identify which permissions you'd like for each user. You can select bulk options like hide and create. You can also get rid of them just by clicking them. You can set modify permissions, view permissions for just about everything, deploy permissions for certain types of relevant jobs, and create obviously for you can't create software, so that is not there, but for all relevant points this is the button you push. And then you can just click save here and that'll save it to your list, and then you can go ahead and edit that again from there. And if we go to our authentication, this is where you can set up various forms of user authentication. We have this disabled here just for the purposes of this video, but there are several options. You can pick Okta as your SSO or Azure, and you just click the save button here. Here we have Active Directory connections. This is where you can set up your AD server to connect directly to your Bacon instance. You can add a connection here. Obviously this is provided by you. You would fill this stuff in and then you would click Add Connection. Go back to this tab here. You can also disable it entirely with this radio button here. If we move on to the third tab, it is 2FA. Again, you can disable it here. You can also require 2FA for all users. This is a radio button here. You can also customize which users have 2FA authentication. If you want to add a user, you just go ahead and click here. You can add user. I'll add myself here. And we'll just click add to 2FA. So if we go back here, I am now in the 2FA enabled users. And I can just remove myself by using the remove button here. And here's where you can add your AD objects. So here we have a couple test ones that we can use. We'll just add this one. And as you can see, that is now in our options. We can remove it here. And that is it for the 2FA page. Let's move on to the configuration page. So this is the actual site certification page. This is where you upload your SSL cert. These boxes are typable, so you can actually paste the text directly in here, or you can upload the .key file or the .pem files as shown here. The .pem files, normally you have to combine a few files. We provided a little blurb here to show you exactly what you need to do. If we go to the tag section, this is where you can monitor and edit your tags. These tags you can put on different endpoints and devices in order to group them here. You make them by going to the hardware and endpoints table. We'll just click a demo profile here. You can actually add tags here by clicking here and just adding the tag by pressing the plus. The tag has successfully been created, so we go to here to configuration. And it is right here with that endpoint that we marked. And you can obviously edit and remove here, or with bulk actions. You can select all and remove all or export the table. Moving on to our last tab here is our Manage Packages tab. This is the management for our managed packages as shown here. We have a separate video entirely explaining managed packages, but this is where you actually go to enable or disable this. You can see the status here of our managed package server is online. and you can customize the sync frequency. This is how many times your server will reach out to our TPP server in order to get new information. You can set the frequency, hours, days, weeks. You can also sync it immediately by clicking the sync data, and as you can see, the time has changed. Alright, well that is it for these two tabs. Tune in next week, we'll go over connections and MDM. But until next time, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you.